Y'all, brands are not playing this Halloween season. Hello, my most beautiful besties. Y'all already know what time it is based upon today's title and thumbnail, but we are playing with the new BellaBeauteBar Dark Dreamscape collection. I have the entire palette. I have the palette, the highlighter, and all the lip balms right here. And I want to let you guys know, is this actually worth it? And is this going to be the perfect Halloween collection? So with that said, besties, grab a snack, grab a drink, and let's dive right on in. Okay guys, so last year, BellaBeauteBar's Poison Garden palette became my #1 Halloween palette, and I'm so curious to see where this collection is going to fall in my Halloween rankings. So here is the brand new BellaBeauteBar Dark Dreamscape collection. For as long as I can remember, I've had this place that I visit my dreams. It's like an alternative reality made up of all the places I visited in my lifetime. An exact replica of my world, but something is decidedly off. It's dark and cold there. I don't feel safe like I do in my reality. This place lacks color. It lacks lights. My friends and family are nowhere to be found. I feel afraid whenever I visit this place, like something is going to jump out within the shadows at any moment. It feels so real and so dark. This is a dark dreamscape. Now this palette's gonna be launching on October 1st. I'm assuming around 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. I don't exactly know, only because I'm filming this way ahead of time because I actually got this pretty early. Now this palette does retail for $78. You guys can use my code Allie to save you guys 10% off of anything and everything BellaBeauteBar. But first off, can we talk about this packaging? I love the fact that it's light and dark. It is so beautiful. The graphic artist actually showed how she came up with this, which I think is absolutely phenomenal. But then you're going to see the color story. Now, well, you guys have already seen the color by now, but the color story is breathtaking. This is such a beautiful, beautiful color story. Now, do I see Halloween? Not necessarily. Like, I don't necessarily see Halloween, but I still think it's really beautiful nonetheless. And there's going to be stuff in here that kind of could indicate maybe somewhat of a Halloween collection. Maybe this is like their version of it, going into a different realm and being chased by dark entities, so you're not really sure what's chasing you. Like, this kind of reminds me of like a romantasy style collection, just because I read a lot of romantasy books. The kind of feel that I have with this palette right here. Now this collection is also going to come with a highlighter. Now this highlighter right here is going to retail for $29, and this is going to be a duochrome highlighter, maybe almost like a multi-chrome, because you can see shifts between white, purple, and blue. It's a very beautiful highlighter. I cannot wait to put this on my cheeks and probably my inner corner and brow bone, depending. You could definitely use this as an eye topper. I know it's kind of expensive for a highlighter, but if you guys know anything about BellaBeauteBar highlighters, they go a long way. Plus it is magnetic, so you can shift and move it around as you guys please. And then finally, this collection is also going to be coming out with some lip balms. Now the lip balms right here, the lip balms are going to retail for $16 a piece. There's 10 different shades. And what I can say about these lip balms is that they are so sparkly, so shiny. Now these are going to be really soft and comfortable on the lip, given the fact that it is a lip balm over an actual lipstick. I'm super excited to try these out. I would try to have swatches for you guys as best as I can, but swatching them all on my lips can definitely be a pain. But I'll do my very best because they do look really beautiful. Now the only thing I do not have in this collection is going to be their lip glosses. They're going to have some lip glosses that are going to retail for $22. They're also going to have some pressed pigments that retail for $17. And they're also going to have some lip liners that are going to retail for $10 each. This is a huge, huge collection that BellaBeauteBar is launching. I don't know if there's going to be a bundle price. I'm sure there's going to be, and as soon as I know I'm sure there's going to be, I'll have everything that I do know listed down in the description for you guys to check out. But I am so excited to dive into this. This looks like this is going to be a really fun play on like a Halloween collection. So I'm gonna do 2 different eye looks today. I definitely want to play with this shade right here called Parallel Dimension. This is probably the prettiest shade that's in this palette. Like, look at this multi-chrome. This multi-chrome is gorgeous. Like, what you guys see right here is like pink, purple, and gold, but like in person it also takes on blue and orange. Do you guys see that shift? It is truly such a stunning, stunning color. We are definitely going to have to implement this today. So I'm going to play with some purples, and I definitely going to play with some blues, and we're going to see like what I come up with. Now, do you know what's so funny is the first palette I actually ever tried from BellaBeauteBar was actually their Poison Garden palette, and that was like my #1 Halloween palette last year. And I really am loving the fact that a lot of brands right now are truly embracing the Halloween season, and they're all rolling out with Halloween palettes. It is a dream of mine to come out with a Halloween palette. It truly is a dream of mine. Now, I feel like given the fact that I have worked on a palette before that, like, I feel like I kind of know a little bit what goes into it, but let me tell you, I don't think my mind could ever come up with something like this. Like, I don't think I'm that, like, talented enough in my mind to create something as beautiful as this. I truly do not think I can create something as aesthetically pleasing as this palette. Like, I get so jealous of those that are able to create something as beautiful as this, because I'm just like, how do you come up with these shades? Because I would feel like I'd be staring at it going, what do I do? Like, oh man, this brand is so talented. Okay, so I'm gonna go into the shade right here called Portal. Now, I will say there's a lot of pastel shades in this palette. So when it comes to pastel shades, they tend to blend themselves away. They don't really ever want to stick onto the lid. So I'm gonna be kind of mixing and matching some shades together to really get some pigment laid down. And I just feel like it's because pastels are one of those shades that's so easy to build up. Like I said, it is very, very easy for it to blend itself away. You can use a color base underneath it if you wish to do so, but I will say they do make for perfect blending shades and transition shades because they are so pretty and they are so effortless to work with in that sense. But trying to use it as like a packer shade, it's going to blend itself out. You guys will see in just a minute when I start to lay this down, but I'm actually laying this down for another color because this is going to be my idea of kind of like using a colorful base underneath, but I kind of want to mix two colors together. So we're going to see if that's actually going to work out in my favor. I don't know if it's going to or not. We're going to find out together in this journey. Then I'm going to go into the shade right here called Prison World. Right here. Oh my god, I love the fact this is called Prison World. It's so funny because I'm actually reading this book right now called Wings of Ashes and Flame. I actually got sent it in an ARC, and when I first start reading it, you follow this main character who is a human living in a human world, but like there are fays that live in the world, but the fays look down upon the humans, and she just wants to escape her city that she's living in. She has money to buy herself freedom to go into like just a different realm, I guess, altogether, to escape the cruelty that the fays bestow upon the humans. And she was walking home from work and she happens to hear this whipping noise, and she goes down this alley and sees this fae whipping a child for stealing food because this child was absolutely starving, and she said absolutely not, and she fought the guard. And even though he has magical power, even though he has elemental powers, she still stood and fought up for what was right. And then she gets taken to a prison where she spends a year in prison, where she's beaten and abused by the Fae guards there. And then she has an opportunity to go to this Fae Academy where she goes to the Fae Academy where she can become the next like defender of the realm against vampires that are trying to kill not only the human race but the Fae race as well. And she could either accept her fate and go there and graduate and have her freedom, or if she fails, she'd be sent to the front line and be like one of the first people to die at the hands of a vampire, or she could stay in jail. And the story moves so fast. It's so freaking good. I freaking love it. So we're going to ignore here that's patchy. Like I said, when it comes to these type of shades, it's just bound to happen. I am going to go into this shade right next to this called Shadowed Universe. Now this is going to be another beautiful multichrome. Right here you guys see purple, but I see like gold, green, and orange in here as well. Like, do you guys see this shift? Look at how pretty that is. So pretty. Look at that shift. Such a beautiful, beautiful color. So we're going to take that. We're going to put this literally right here. So she ends up taking the offer to go to the Fae Academy because, like, why would she not? And she's the only human being at this Fae Academy where she now has to survive. So if you guys have ever read, like, Fourth Wing, it's like, it has a little bit of Fourth Wing elements into it. It's a lot like on Wings of Blood, and it definitely has some dire bound sprinkled into it where she ends up bonding with a celestial familiar. And I'm not trying to ruin anything because this literally is in the back of the book. And now she has to overcome trials and pass and try to, escape people trying to kill her there because they found out that she's actually the connection to the long lost bloodline they thought was lost. And it's just a really fun, fast-paced story. And I'm so beyond grateful that I had the opportunity to get that as an ARC. And that's what this kind of reminds me of right here, is that world a little bit. I'm definitely going to enjoy this. That is not going to... Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of Nightmare Realm to add to that. Because like I said, this is a little bit too light for me because of that pastel shade. So we're just going to slowly buff this in right here. That didn't do anything. Okay, well, you know, that is bound to happen with purple shades. I did kind of notice that when swatching some of these darker shades like Nightmare Realm and Void and Decay, that they were definitely a little patchy in my swatch. I had to go over them a few times. So I'm going to try to build that up again. If it doesn't work, I might have to use a shimmer over top of it to get this to not look like patch or anything like that. But sometimes this does happen with deeper tones and with pastel shades. So let me go ahead and just tap this in. Okay, that is just not working. I'm going to take a little bit of the Upside Down right here. It's really pretty, like midnight blue. And it has some purple sheen to it just a little bit. And we're going to put that right here because this is not blending the way that I want it to. It could be user error. Probably is user error, but we're gonna make this work, guys. And now we're gonna go into Parallel Dimension, this beautiful shade, because I feel like this is gonna complement that so nicely. Like, this is such a stunning shade. We're gonna take that and we're gonna put that right here. Oh my god, this is so pretty. And then right next to that, I'm gonna go into the shade right here called Inception, this beautiful like orange shade. I think that'd be so pretty to go right here with this. Okay, we'll clean that up. I just want you guys to see how, okay, do you guys see that shift in that color? Like, look at how pretty that is. That is so pretty. Wow. Again, do you guys see that beautiful green shift? It's such a stunning shade, and this is going to complement each other very nicely. Okay, so like I can turn it around. I can make this work. It's gonna be messy, but we're gonna trust the process. Okay, so then for this, I do want to go into the shade Void, but I think I'm gonna also mix a little bit of Decay on top of that. So we're gonna go into Void and mix Decay. I really hope that this works. I don't know. All right, we're gonna make this work. You know, we're gonna make this work. If it doesn't, it's fine. It's fine. We're gonna find a way to make this work. But yeah. We're gonna find a way to make this work. But yeah, so anyway, that's what this kind of palette kind of reminds me of a little bit, is That World. I freaking love it. This is the 3rd arc that I've received. Actually, no, yeah, no, it is, because I just got my 4th arc. I really am beyond appreciative that I've been given opportunities to get arcs, and you guys can do it too. I think I talked about this in previous videos. You guys can absolutely get arcs too. I have been getting all my coworkers and friends at work to sign up for ARCs, because you don't have to necessarily have a following to qualify for an ARC. They generally want, yes, they want content creators, but they also want those that just are genuine readers. So there's places like NetGalley that you guys can try out. There's also Book Siren, that's one. And there's also the Nerd Fam, that's the other that sends the ARC. See, do you guys see what I'm talking about? I don't know if it's me or it's just the quality. I don't know if it's me, but like, it's patchy. Do you guys see that? That's so sad. So sad. I don't know why it's doing that, but I noticed that when I was swatching these shades, that I was having some issues with the swatching, and I was hoping that maybe it's just the swatch, but it's definitely having some patchiness issues on the eye. Shoot. Okay, now that helped it out a lot. So that shade Void definitely has some patchiness to it. Oh my god, so does this. Oh my god, this one is doing it too. No! Okay. We'll figure this out. I'm just gonna take Decay. I'm gonna slightly just bring this forward. We're gonna leave it messy because I'm gonna trust the process. I'm gonna take this shade right here called Supernatural and a little bit of Wormhole to help to blend those out. It looks so messy right now. It looks horrible. Trust the process. Okay, we're gonna clean that up in just a minute. I'm gonna go into the shade right here called Dark Matter, this beautiful shade, and we're gonna take this shade and we're gonna put it on the outer V, because I feel like it's gonna look really pretty to put this right here on top of that blue, just like so. Oh my god, those two shades go really well together. Again, we're going to clean up all this mess, so please just trust the process. And then I'm going to go into this stunning shade right here called Magic Mirror. I feel like this is going to be so pretty next to that blue. That is such a stunning blue shade. And right next to that blue shade, I'm going to go in a shade right here called Astral Projection. This is a beautiful, like, blue, white, pink shade. So pretty. I'm going to put that right next to that blue. Okay, this is looking really bad, really messy. We're gonna clean this up. I'm gonna come back with my lashes on. We're gonna do the under eyes together, followed by the highlighter, and then I'm gonna go into the lips. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish off the eyes. So for this eye, I want to go into, ooh, maybe we should just play with some blues, right? Oh no, maybe let's go into Plane of Existence right here, and we're gonna softly blend it out with Psychokinetic. And we're just doing a really soft under eye today for both. So I'm going to go into this beautiful Plane of Existence. And I'm just going to softly place this right here. It might not even show because it's a very, very light orange shade. Oh my gosh, this probably won't even show. No, it's not. Okay, let's go into Coexistence. And then this, and then this. Let's try that first. Existence, lay this down. Add a little bit of Plane of Existence to it. And it's just kind of wiping it away. Okay, well, maybe I'm just going to take the shade right here called Vecna. This beautiful multi-chrome. It's like a dark purple to like red. Ooh, that's pretty. I think I'm just going to take that and put it under my waterline because I feel like that's the only thing I can do at this point because the pastel shades are definitely kind of just, you know, blending away, but it's something I did say would happen. So let me see if I could just line this Vecna shade and just go from there. Just kind of softly blending it out with my finger. Okay, I feel like that can kind of work just a little bit, right? Yeah. Okay, so then for this eye, I think I'm going to do something similar. I think we're going to go back into the Upside Down, this shade, and we're going to put this, like, again, just under my waterline. We're just going to softly use my finger to blend this out at this point, just because I know a lot of those shades are not necessarily going to stick, but I feel like this would be really pretty to kind of mix this with this. I think I've pretty much what I've used almost every single shimmer. And I think I'll take a little bit of Night Terror, this beautiful, like, pink shade right here. I think I'm going to take this for both. Because, like, look at how gorgeous this is, right? It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I think I'm going to take that. I'm just going to mix it on both under eyes. Because, like, why not? Add a little extra sparkle underneath the eye. So I just added a little bit of lavender eyeliner and a little bit of teal eyeliner right there. And now we're going to go into the highlighter. This right here is just so unbelievably gorgeous. We're going to use this as also, like, our brow bone highlight and our inner corner highlight. Like, this is going to be so pretty. Like, I just know it. Yes, that's gorgeous. I love this blue to white to purple shift. It's so freaking pretty. Now, is this gonna make an everyday highlighter? No, but it's still really beautiful for what it is. Like, oh my god. Look how pretty that is on top of that blue. Oh my god, yes. So pretty. So now we have left is just the lip balm. So I'll just go ahead and swatch every shade so you guys can see what each one looks like. It's a little gritty because it has those like little sparkles in it, but this right here is going to be the shade called Dreamscape. This right here is called Wormhole. This is called Portal. This is called Dimension, and I noticed that the first one was the only one that felt gritty. Nothing else feels gritty, so that was only the first one. This is called Inception. This is called Psychokinetic. This is going to be called Realm. Okay, wow, this is an intense color. This is called Nightmare right here. We have Decay. And finally, we have the shade called Dark Matter right here. All right, so I'm going to line my lip. I'm going to figure out which different lip balm I want to use today because I generally don't know which one to go for. Okay, so I just put on a Morphe lip liner in the shade called Makeup Talk. Now for the actual like lip balm on top, I don't know. I don't know what shade I think would look good with this eye look to try to be a little bit more like out there, like a different realm. Maybe I can take a little bit of the shade called Decay. No, is that the one I want? Is this the shade I want? Or is it this one? Yeah, maybe I can take a little bit of the shade called Decay. It's like this like purple undertone. I'm curious to see how this is going to look on this. Let's add a little bit of the shade called Nightmare. Let's add a little bit of this to this as well. And then I'll add a little bit of Portal to it as well. And that's doing nothing. That's doing nothing. Okay. I don't think I like the lip combination that I chose. I just want to be a little out there. What would happen if I add the last shade to it? Called Dead Matter, Dark Matter. I'm just curious. Like, what would this do? I don't hate that, actually. Mind you, this is a lip balm, so the lip balm is going to shift and move just a little bit because it's not an actual lipstick where it's going to stick. It is a lip balm, so it's going to go on a little bit more sheer. You do have to kind of build it up, but I don't hate it on top of everything. Surprisingly enough, I don't hate it. I might have to add a little bit more though. Surprisingly, don't hate it. So let me quickly show you guys what this looks like with the mirror, and then I'm going to zoom you guys out and give you guys my thoughts on this collection. So first off, we have this eye look right here. Do you guys see how beautiful that green reflects? Like in person, I can see it in person so well. But like when I use the mirror right next to it, you can truly see how gorgeous that center shade is. That center shade is. It is so freaking beautiful. Just the way that it catches the light. You can see that green shift to it. It's absolutely stunning. And then we're gonna have this eye right here. Another, oh my God, look at that highlighter. Look at that highlighter. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. And then that eye look is also super, super, super pretty. You can kind of even see the green reflecting. And that's, oh my God, you can. Look. Right here, you can see the green reflecting. So beautiful. Okay, let me go ahead and zoom you guys out. And let me go ahead and zoom you guys out and I'll give you guys my thoughts on this collection. Okay, so this is the final look right here. I have to say, I absolutely love how the two eye looks turned out. I think the eye looks turned out absolutely beautiful. And I feel like I kind of like very, very low-key kind of captured the essence of the palette, right? A little bit, like a little bit more of the light side, and you're gonna have the dark side right here. I feel like I kind of did capture that in this palette. So this palette does retail for $78, and I have to say the color story is immaculate. It is such a beautiful color story. Like, oh my God, it's so breathtaking. Is it Halloween? I don't really see Halloween with this. Like, I just don't really see Halloween too much with this actual palette. The shade names, okay, cool. I can kind of see it. But, like, I see this more as, like, just a twisted, dark fantasy style palette. I mean, I guess you can kind of look at it maybe more like it's like witchy colors. I can kind of take it that way, but it doesn't really necessarily scream Halloween, but this is meant to be their Halloween collection. I do think it's absolutely beautiful. Now, the only thing I will say is I did have some difficulty with the shades. The pastels, I expect the pastels are beautiful. I do expect them to blend away a little bit because they are pastels. You really kind of have to pack them on and put them on a different color, but the deeper shade definitely had some blending issues, at least for me. I definitely found it to be a little patchy when I swatched it when I swatched it and when I put it on my eye. I definitely had some struggles with it. It could be just me, it could be user error, but I do feel like it is a little bit patchy in my opinion. But the shimmers are just so freaking beautiful. I was able to make it work regardless of it. So definitely a very gorgeous palette. A little bit of fallout with this, a little bit of fallout with the mattes, and just a little bit of fallout with the shimmers. Just want to give you guys a full heads up when it comes to that, but it is really pretty nonetheless. I just definitely had some struggles. The highlighter, y'all, the highlighter is absolutely gorgeous. Now, I know this is a really expensive highlighter. $27 is really expensive for what it is, so that would definitely be your call. That would definitely be your call whether or not you guys think it's worth it. For me, I think it's a really beautiful highlighter. It is magnetic, so you guys can replace this if you need to. You guys can put in other palettes. I think it's such a gorgeous highlight, like so beautiful. You could definitely use this as like an inner corner, an eye look. You could do so much with this. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I really love this one. We're gonna have lip balms. Now, these do retail for $16 a piece. I will say there wasn't really one shade that I thought was the prettiest. Like, I didn't really gravitate towards one exact shade. I kind of wish they were a little bit more, instead of lip balms, like actual like lipsticks. I think I could have worked with that a little bit more, but because they are lip balms, they're definitely gonna be a little bit more sheer, and they definitely have a little bit of like a sparkle to them, which is great. But I definitely do prefer a lipstick over a lip balm. But I think you can definitely have a lot of fun with these. You can mix and match them. You could put them on different type of lip liners or lipsticks or whatever you guys want to put them on. You could definitely make them work. There just wasn't really one color that stood out to me that I thought was absolutely gorgeous. I tried to make do with what I tried to have fun and try to do a different lip look than what I normally do, but there really just wasn't one color that I was like, this is a must-have for me. I'll make sure I link everything about this collection listed down below. But that, my most beautiful friends, is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, because I do post 3 to 4 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channel. It's R for Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband Corey, and as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful patrons page members you guys see right here, thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in the very next video.